Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are sharing with you how much YouTube paid us for 2 million views on one of our videos.
This is a video we never thought we'd be making because it's kind of crazy to think that one of your videos got 2 million views, but it actually did happen, and we were shocked when this happened. So we're gonna break down all the numbers, tell you exactly how much we paid. This was on our travel channel, Ground and Life Travel. So if you don't know, we have several channels. This is our biggest channel. It has 100,000 subscribers, and one of our videos has gotten 2 million views. I wanted to say that a lot of the numbers that you see online when people talk about how much you can make on a YouTube video, they're all basically estimates because people don't really know unless people say, and people don't really say that often. So we're going to say today how much we actually made.
Yeah, because it really does, there's a lot of factors that go into how much you're going to be making too.
Right.
So that's one of the things to take into consideration, which we'll discuss more in a minute.
Yeah, the dollar per video will really vary depending on your age and what you're doing. The older you are, the more likely you are to make a lot more money. So if you see young YouTubers saying they made this much, if you're older than them, you're probably likely to make quite a bit more than them. And we go into that, why that is, really in depth in the course that we have on YouTube that we'll share with you in a little bit. But it's just a fascinating thing that if we had known we could make this kind of money on YouTube, I think we would have started a channel 10 years earlier.
We would have 100% started a channel 10 years earlier, because it is really, you just hear so much chatter that suppresses any thoughts that you may have about having a channel. People are, there's a lot of poo-pooing, for lack of a better word, of starting a YouTube channel, especially people in our age range are highly discouraged to do YouTube because it's just for kids and, all that kind of stuff. So I think it's really, I think it's good to share this type of information because it helps put things into a little bit more perspective for people as to what is possible. And like I said, we do have the course and we've got everything lined out there for you of what we have learned over all these years working on YouTube videos. But it really is important to do things in a certain way.
So let's break it down here. We'll throw up the graphic and you can see we've gotten 2 million views. This video has been out for about 2.5 years now. It has been watched 275,000 watch hours. Now, I don't know how many days that is, but it's a lot.
I think it's a lot of days.
So anyway, but the video has brought in a total of $27,813.14 as of today for a 30-minute video. That's crazy.
Yeah, now it did take quite a bit more than 30 minutes to put the video together.
It did, yeah. This one did.
Because we had to ride a lot of different trains and we had to be in a lot of different rooms in order to film them all and put it all together. But like you said, the video is, 30 minutes of content out there and it's making so much money. I only think about it when we're talking about it like this as to what it took to make it, to make this video, like to gather the content. But honestly, it's been worth that and then some, because we didn't spend anywhere near $27,000 to make it. We made our money back a long time ago on what it took to make it. So that's really amazing, and it's just really still shocking when we look at numbers like this. And it's not an anomaly just on this video. Again, if you kind of work through the process and use the analytics that YouTube gives you and all that kind of stuff, you really learn a lot.
Yeah, and I kind of laugh because I see online there's a lot of discussion about YouTubers and how much they're making and what they're doing, and people are always like, oh, they're just kind of, getting by, and it's always people that aren't in YouTube talking about how much people that are in YouTube make, and they actually have no idea. But they always estimate low because in their brain, they want to think that they're not making a lot of money because then it would be like too easy, like they've got some kind of cheat code or something. And the truth is, it is that easy. They are making tons of money, and I see conversations like, well, they're doing these videos, but they can't possibly be making more than $200 a month. Let me tell you, they're making a lot more than $200 a month. So it's one of those situations where if you're kind of like in that mindset, this is one of those situations where if you can't beat them, you join them. Just go do it. If you're on the fence about doing this, you can make way more money than you probably ever thought possible. And that's the beautiful thing about YouTube that we love, is that there's no cap to it. So for instance, if we needed some extra money and we were like going to go teach English or something at a school, they're going to pay you $10 to $15 an hour. That's all they're ever going to pay you. You're never going to walk in one day and they're going to be like, guess what? Today you're getting $1,000 an hour. It's just never going to happen, any of your jobs. But on YouTube, you're getting your normal money for your videos. And all of a sudden one day you'll wake up and you made $2,000 overnight because your video went, not even really go viral, but just went big. And that's the thing, is there's no cap, because you could have one video go big, you could have 2, you could have 10 go big and have a really good month.
Yeah, and I think, again, it's that thought process that people also think that YouTube is, you know, oh, they've been around for a long time, there's no room for new people. Let me tell you right now, there's so many creators on YouTube right now, all different age ranges, and just know that every day more people are adding onto the platform. And every once in a while I get, well, actually all the time, I get served videos from different creators about different things that I've watched, and I'm like, well, I've never heard of this person before, and I've been watching videos about this for a long time. So there's new people coming in all the time with helpful, meaningful information. So, you know, in our age range, in that over 40 age range, we're 50, but in the over 40 age range is the very best age range to be in on YouTube, and there's not as many in that age range.
It is, and the great thing is, if you're our age or around our age, you probably have something to offer to people that you've learned throughout your life. I'm sure you have some type of skill, even if you don't realize it. Think about jobs you've had, places you've been, things you've done, things you've learned that you could teach other people. We all have things to offer. And we're just normal people telling about our experiences, and that's what's worked out for us. There's no, you don't have to do anything magic. And you know, when we started, people talk
or
about
anything crazy.
You know, when we started out, I look back at like our very first videos, and they were so like, we just didn't know what we were doing at all, and our equipment was terrible. I think the very first video, if you go watch it, like the video skips and jumps a bunch because our computer wasn't even fast enough to render it properly.
Not on this channel, on the other channel.
on the travel channel from like 4 years ago. And it's like just really funny to look at it now, because we were just like way off. We had no idea what we were doing. But the thing is, you just have to do it. You have to start with something. And that channel, the original channel, took us 22 months to make $1,000 in a month. That's how long it took. This channel, we did it in 7 months because we've applied everything that we've learned, and that's kind of one of the reasons we were doing this channel, is to see if what we've learned did apply, and I think it does apply.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of times people also comment, you know, or think about, well, you have a really big channel, and you know, now you have this other channel and you've been successful on it because you have the other one. But you know, you also have to look at the content isn't really in the same vein. So it's not like people who are interested in that are not necessarily going to fully be interested in this or any other channel we have for that matter.
Right, yeah, because we do actually have a couple of other channels that we aren't really applying everything we've learned to, because we're just doing them really more just for fun and to document, and we're doing them kind of haphazardly, which is our Ali's Thailand channel and Asia channel, and we do also mention those on our big channel, and they have way less subscribers than this one because we're not working at it as much, and that's to be expected. So it's not just because we had a big channel that this one kind of jumped up to 8,000 subscribers.
Right.
It's really not that easy. If it was that easy, we would just start a bunch of channels and get a ton of them. But it's not really that easy. It's just
Yeah, and it's not just, happenstance that you've got a random video just took off and you're brand new and now you're, making $1 zillion.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen either.
So we have basically, there's a link down in the description. If you're interested in YouTube, this is a life-changing opportunity. I mean, I know a lot of people are out there. I know you're watching this and you're working and you're thinking there's no exit ramp for me. Maybe there is. Maybe this is it. Maybe it's not. But it doesn't take a lot to find out because doing a YouTube channel is not as time intensive or as risky as like starting a whole small business, like opening a restaurant or something like that. Way more risky. You're taking $100,000 loans and all this time, and you won't even be profitable for years. It's just not that tough of a thing to start a YouTube channel and find out if it's going to make you some money.
Yeah, exactly. And, basically YouTube is the cheat code
Yeah.
because they set everything up for you. Like you said, if you're trying to open a business, you got, your overheads, you got to have an office and you got to buy equipment and maybe you have to have staff. You don't need any of that. You need very little equipment. You can even just start with your phone like a lot of people do, or just get a basic type camera. And you don't need a ton, you don't need a special place to do it. You can do it wherever you are, in your home, in your yard, in the city that you live in, or whatever the case may be, depending on what your content is going to be. You can sit in your living room and crochet. And that's pretty easy, no overhead there. You're already paying for your home, so that's incredible. Plus, YouTube brings the advertisers to you. They set up all the analytics to you. You don't have to pay extra for any of that stuff. They give you all the information, easy peasy, and you don't have to pay anything extra. All you have to do is put your stuff up there.
Yeah, I did want to mention too, in our age range, we do hear from a lot of people who have been thinking about doing this, and they've talked to their kids about doing it. And the kids have really discouraged them from doing that because they'll say, first of all, the kids don't know how much money they can make because they're hearing from their age people how much money they're making, and it's not nearly as much as people in our age range are making. But the second thing is they talk about how much like online just bad things happening in the comment section and just hassles and problems it's going to get you in. We just don't see that at all in our age range because typically it's going to be people of your own age range that are watching your content. You're not going to start a YouTube channel, for instance, and then have a bunch of people who are 30 years younger than you generally watching it unless you're doing something way out of the ordinary. We do have one channel that is like that. We do have a modeling channel. That was something we used to do, and it's mostly younger people watching that one. Even on there, though, because we are older, there isn't any, bad things happening.
There's really like a certain, I think, level of respect for the person that's on the screen, and I think that's one of the things that is really nice about having a YouTube channel at this age range, over, say, if you're 15 or 20 or 25, it's a lot harder because there's going to be some bullying and things like that take place sometimes in the comment sections, or just really unkind things. But when you're dealing with like adults in this age range, there's a lot less and almost none that are going to be leaving disrespectful comments to people in their age range. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, like people looking to retire early, they're not really the disrespectful types. So we don't get a lot of that on here. So it's it kind of depends on what kind of channel you have. If you're starting a gaming channel, you're going to draw more of that in. So it just depends on that. But we just wanted to share this with you today because we think it's important that people actually know what's actually possible, because it is possibly the missing piece of the puzzle for many of you. It's been extremely life-changing, obviously, for us, and we would feel bad without sharing that with you. Maybe it could be something that helps you, maybe not, but I'm sure it will help some of you if you take the plunge and do decide to start your channel.
Yeah, and that is why we did put the course together, because we're like, this is just too good to just keep this information to ourselves and be able to help other people. And if you can get there a little bit faster with the information that we provide in the course, then that's happier. We're happy, because that's really why we made it, to help other people get there faster, learn the information. You don't have to learn it, as you trudge through and maybe never even realize it. It is really one of the main reasons why we did it, so that other people can get there a little bit faster.
Yeah, so we'll have a link in the description to that. Otherwise, we hope this has been helpful. We hope it has been enlightening, and seeing the actual real numbers of what you can make for 2 million views.
Yeah, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, leave those for us down in the comments, and we will see you next time.